This is pond 4. So we have this whole area and we can roam it. We have the island, and I think the island includes that other L shape. We just haven't gone over there, but that side puts us closer to the trucks. There's good water running through the whole thing. It's a good flyover blind. I think that on a better day, you have a blind right there. You have the W blinds right there, and then you have another blind right there. So, like the guy says, you will get rained on. I mean, it's guaranteed if they shoot this way, you're going to get rained on. There's no doubt about it. But I think what Dante and I are doing over here is right. I think layout in the high plateau area. We've had this morning, birds came here from pond 3 and they went that way. So here we missed out on some birds, but if we had been up here laid out, we would have had a longer flight path for these birds. Here we had like a split-second view. So I would say set up here and lay that way, or two you lay that way, two you lay this way, and then just spread it out a little bit. And we had a couple shots over here today coming from this direction. I think if you have a layout blind, or even if you have a little bit more comfortable setup than what we have, get set up here or over here in these bushes, but make sure you have a little bit more room. We had a whole flock come in from pond 3. We had a couple singles fly in over here. But this morning, like I'm saying, we missed our shot. We had a limited, here's Dante's chair, this was his view. We had a limited shot angle at these birds. Whereas if we had just known what we were getting into, we would have seen that this whole area was open and we could have sat up here and laid out. And I think that's how you hunt pond 4 effectively. Do we have any birds to prove it? No. But we've had more action laying down because they haven't been able to see us and we're not in the normal spots. The coots know where people sit. The coots disappear around the corner as soon as you come over there. The coots over there do the same thing. So we're running the same coot spread that we did last time. But I think don't sit here on this bank. And I think that's what I learned about the ponds this trip, because I've hunted pond 3 before. Don't sit down here. Get yourself set up top. Throw your decoys. Leave it out here. Make it look like you're hunting the bank, but then work the top. I think a layout blind could help here for these reasons compared to some of the other blinds. But I think a layout blind would be a good alternative up here. It's not a bad blind to take. Maybe you get a little bit more set up towards the cars and wait for the morning mystic fly off. But I didn't think it was a horrible blind idea. See, I think this is why. Look, there's Dante on his phone. The bird, you can't see him. The birds can't see him. We're all in camo. A layout blind or a lay down style might just be better. You can also see that you have a much more open shot viewpoint from down here. I can see a lot more. I can see everything from up here. And I'm in a good spot. I still have decoys working, but I have space open to see. So I think this overall, not a bad layout blind spot. A bad blind otherwise, but if you come looking for a layout blind in the morning, we got the last blind of the day. We did have the birds off of Mystic, but I think if we had known, like I say, if we had known there was a layout blind spot, we should have done this. So anyway. All right, so this is the Mojo that we got. So far we've tested it on 2 slow days, but essentially here's the spread. And that's what it does. It just bounces up and down, but it'll go on its own motion. It's got 3 different sensors. It's got an on without the remote, and then it's got an on with the remote, and then this is the remote. It's just a tiny little on-off switch with an antenna, and basically I can control it from over there by that I'm pretty sure I can control it from further away than that, but basically just puts more movement into the spread, and it's supposed to bring in birds, but just don't think there's many birds. I like how it looks. I had one before that like shot water into the air, and that one was kind of a pain in the butt to use, and it wasn't really that stable. It kind of had problems and made everything internally wet. This one's nice because it's pretty dry on the inside. Everything stays fairly dry. The battery's sealed. You don't have to put a bunch of AA's or a D battery or whatever, but it does a really good job with the movement and everything. You can see that the butt's bouncing all over the place. It's just secured there with a little weight. So everything's kind of got ripples through it now, so the decoys look a little more real. It's better than just sitting here. If we turn it off, you can see, once it's off, you can just see the ripples are gone, and this place is just glassed. So without the decoy, no ripples. With the decoy, some life in the spread. So worth the money, I think. I just think that on a bright sunny day like today, you're not going to get many birds to begin with. So we'll see. I think as the season improves, it'll be the normal Southern California hunting season. In December, it'll be a little better. So I think it'll actually help with the wing mojos. So we will see. More updates to come. But overall, would recommend this to add to the spread.